Oh, that's right. Just do pregame. Yeah, so just you do pregame and then I'll hop in after it goes away. Does that make sense? That way I ain't walking in halfway through the job.
That's what I'm saying. Wait till after the break, right? Start doing pregame.
We'll have to communicate. We'll have to communicate that to All right, we're here. It's go time, and listen, we this is what we've been waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
This is what we've been waiting for. It's a trip to a world championship. All roads lead to Owensboro, and they start right here in Bowling Green. We got our first matchup of the event. It is Academy of Central Florida going up against Winston Salem, and let's talk
6'11".
Yeah, 6'11" matchup. Let's talk about this one here.
Hey, man, this is what I love about this tournament, AJ. You know, on the drive up, you know, a couple hours to kind of process and think, man, we got great matchups up and down the board here. Every matchup is intriguing in the bracket, and just excited to get off to a great start here with two very good teams.
And when we talk about two very good teams, we got to start with the coaches as well. Coach Lowe and Marcus, they both have had – Mr. Wilson has had a phenomenal year as far as coaching. We're talking about the cohesiveness of this Academy in Central Florida. They've probably been, in my opinion, one of the most consistent teams from start to finish throughout this season. What's going to be the challenge? Who has the edge here either way?
Yeah, you know, power conference record for Academy of Central Florida 9-5. Just flip it for Winston-Salem Christian at 5-9. So, as you mentioned, the consistency with the Academy of Central Florida, have everyone bought into that team atmosphere, and they've been playing like one of the most consistent, really good teams throughout the entire year.
All right, we're going to have the introduction of our starting lineups here in just a few moments. Let's send it over to our PA announcer.
From Orlando, Florida. First introduction for the visiting team on the scoreboard, which will be Winston-Salem. Number 1, Kenyon St. Louis, a 6'2" sophomore. A 6'4" junior, Josiah Johnson Freeman. A 6'5" senior, number 4, Bradley Floyd. 6'8" senior, number 24, Nicholas McLean. And a 6'8" senior, number 33, Elton James. Winston-Salem is coached by Antonio Lowe. And now for the home team on the scoreboard. Number 0, a 6'2" senior, Martay Barnes. A 6'1" senior, number 6, Dominique Fisher. A 6'5" junior, number 10, Marlon Martinez. And And a 6'7" senior, number 11, Felipe Minzer. And a 7'3" senior, number 33, Simon Guy. Let's get ready to rumble.
All right. Victor is in postseason form right now. And that's great.
I feel like we're at the fights here.
That's right. That's right.
You know, just to give you some team stats on the year, Academy of Central Florida averages 80 points a game. They give up 67.1 a game. They shoot it at around 48% as a team. But listen, their identity is with their defense. They've got the top 3 steal leaders in the league in grind session play, with Barnes number 1, Minzer number 2, and Fisher number 3. All right around 3 steals a game. They average 13 as a team.
Shot clock already down to 5 here in his first possession for Winston-Salem, putting one up, lighting it right off the rip.
McLean, one of their more consistent shooters from 3. Nicholas McLean, a stretch 4, pretty much to the T. He can bring Simon out, so if they're matched up, that's interesting. If they can pull Simon away from the rim, that's a big bonus for them in this game.
So first possession here for Academy of Central Florida. Martinez inside, spinning inside, one of the most talented, underrated, or underclassmen in the league.
Well, you took the word out of my mouth. I think he's one of the more underrated players in the league and in the country. Holds an offer from Ohio State, so a lot of people know about him already, but the kid is very consistent.
And there's that defensive Academy Central Florida forcing the steal there, but they'll give it right back as Elton. He comes up with an advance pass up. They'll leave it for Floyd inside, and Simon blocks that one from behind, and he'll stay with the Lions.
Good no call. Good no call by the officials, though. It was a sloppy attempt right there by Floyd. Don't call that one. I think we've got a good crew here, too. We know Josh, of course. We've had the other 2 officials that have been pretty solid as well.
Pull from 3. That'll come up short.
McLean just a little flat there. I think they call it hit the
out of
top.
bounds,
Yeah.
yep.
Congratulations, by the way, to Marte Barnes on his recent commitment.
Florida State, man. Seminole.
That's our second Florida State commit that we've had this year. Of course, Marcius Ponder, the other. Minzer, the kid, has caught all of our attention, of course, but, I mean, he's starting to get that national attention as well with his play on the grind session, with his skill set at his size and his length. The kid's just a big, smooth operator.
Minzer, a lot of space for him. It comes up short. They catch a break. That ball finds Simon. And Simon, I think you can make that one.
Go ahead, and jump hook that one.
Absolutely.
Jump hook it. If you miss it, go get it.
Press breaker action here for Winston-Salem.
Now, here's one of the more spectacular point guards that we've had on the grind. Kenyon St. Louis misses that one, but a sophomore, top 5 kid in Canada, and he's starting to really get recognized nationally as well.
Skip pass, Martinez inside now. Good wall up defensively. And we'll come the other way. First 2 minutes off the clock here in this first quarter.
And I was just about to say, AJ, let's see if they get Elton James involved. And right there, before I could even get it out, he sprints the floor on the rim run with an easy 2. Great. He earns that one.
And with James is locked in mentally, man, he's tough.
Oh, absolutely.
Good, strong, physical kid.
Great face-up game. Makes you respect his shot. There's another kid. You got to respect his shot. Marte Barnes actually led the league in total threes on the year, 54 threes on the year.
Johnson coming up short there. Fisher, crafty guard, pushing it ahead for Academy in Central Florida. Headed to that right hand scoop. Yes, it's good. Both teams going back and forth. And that's, what more do you expect when it's championship time?
That's Fisher's game right there, AJ. He's as crafty as a guard you'll see, getting to the rim and finishing around the rim. They put St. Louis in a lot of ball screen situations because he's very good off the ball screens. Oh, yeah. He was trying to lead. He was trying to lead Dominique to the rim right there. They just kind of miscommunicated.
And again, Academy of Central Florida, you don't see them press a lot, but we've seen a little bit of that here early.
Well, they don't have to have formation presses a lot because they've got guys like Fisher who can just harass you and Marte who harass you. And then watch the length there with nice shot there from Floyd, just rims out. But I was going to say the length from Menzer on the dig.
Marte couldn't get that one to go. The loose ball will stay with Academy of Central Florida. And that's a foul there.
Surprised they didn't call that. But in Bengay, give him a lot of credit for sticking with that. He's came in and give immediate energy. You know, Coach wasn't happy with Simon for not taking that shot earlier, and Bengay has stepped in and done a great job. Now you got to complete this here. You had numbers. And there you go. Anytime you've got that number advantage, even though they were able to retreat and get back defensively, they were still off on the rotation because they were tired getting back.
On number 4, Bradley Floyd. Out of bounds. Central Florida.
Three split.
Is there a better time than this as far as in the year? You know, you as sports fans, you've got your time. You've got an NFL season, and then you've got March Madness. And I think, like, March Madness is such a cool time of year. You know, everybody remembers being in school, getting to watch games.
That's right.
Especially in Kentucky. They wheel that TV out there on the cart, and you knew it was time to go. Now, what
happened here?
I'm not sure what's going on again.
Oh, they said it's on the pass.
Yeah.
It's on the floor.
Ref, he was in the air shooting.
Fisher.
Fisher, we've seen him since the very first event of the year in Italy. Like, the kid, he made an impression on us then, just with his energy, with his speed, with his craftiness around the rim, like we've talked about. He's got that, you know, and obviously not comparing players here at all, but it's kind of a similar thing to like how Rondo used to play. He's got those same type of shiftiness, quickness, wins with defense, that type of player. Not your typical shooter.
Yeah. I'm reading the room, and I see a ton of college coaches in here already, kind of sprinkled throughout the room.
Of course.
Am I spotting a UK coach in here?
That'll be all day. Now, I don't know about that. Reach in. It's going to be baseline out of bounds.
So 11-5 the score here early.
Yeah, you know, really, Winston-Salem just kind of lagging in the offense right now. Nothing going, no rhythm. And Academy of Central Florida is just off and running.
Menzer. Yeah.
They're in their game. They're playing their game, their tempo, their speed.
So we got our first full timeout of this game, and listen, a quick start from Academy of Central Florida. This is their calling card. They create chaos. They get forced turnovers. We've seen that early, and when they start making shots, they become dangerous.
Well, these teams are pretty similar when you think about it as far as their coaching style. You know, like they get after you defensively. That's kind of what they hang their hat on. And Coach Lowe, I think, kind of senses it. Like, okay, if I don't call a timeout right now, this one could get out of hand pretty quickly because they're on a run. So it's a pretty good timeout there, just recognizing that that run could be coming. Or, well, really, it's already started. You're just trying to finish it off. And
Winston-Salem, this has kind of been the story of their season, kind of up and down. A little roller coaster 1 minute. One game they're looking great. Next game you're kind of like, And this team has been one of Coach Lowe's biggest challenges is he's drawing up something to make adjustments with this squad right now. While we got you, I want to remind you, you can follow us on social media as we crown a world champion over the next couple of weeks. You can follow us on Instagram, The Real Grind Session on Instagram, Tanager Sports on Instagram. You can slide over to X, formerly known as Twitter. Follow us there, The Grind Session on X, Tanager Sports on X, and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as we come up on the last 2 weekends here on the Grind Session.
Academy of Central Florida off to a 5 of 10 start. They made 2 of 5 threes.
And they'll be knocked out of bounds and back to Winston Salem.
Just a 2 of 11 start for Winston Salem. They need to get their trio of guards. You've got Johnson Freeman, you've got Bradley Floyd, and McLean.
Shot there.
Yeah, McLean just continues to carry him, though, his second three. And that's a big shot. They needed one.
14-8 our score. Marte. Won't go.
I want to credit Mbenge, though. Like, a lot of times you see guys, they catch in the post, they hold on to it too long. He zips that one right to Marte for a very clean look. Nice pace right there. Oh, but Mbenge, again, he has had a big first quarter. Great minutes.
And Marte on the finish there, St. Louis.
I'd love to catch a still frame of a shot like that, to see that lean that Marte has into the body there so that you could see the angle. Like, it's an impressive shot that they make look easy.
5 games for you on tap for today. This is our first one. We'll have a 4-13 matchup at 1:30 between Fort Erie and the high school. BV Academy Anthem Prep. That'll be a rematch of it. Oh,
it's a good call. It's a good call.
That'd be a rematch of a game we saw in LA where they went into overtime, and then Southeastern Prep and Prolific a little bit later on this evening.
Good as Marte Barnes pressuring the basketball, guys. I mean, it's unreal the amount of pressure he puts on these guards.
Yep. And you know what? You're absolutely right, Coach. And this by committee, because the top 3 still getters in the league are all on one team. You got Marte, Fisher, and who's the other I'm missing?
Menzer.
Yeah,
and Marte is number 1.
Yep.
So, I mean, he leads the league in steals, in grind session play. He's been spectacular all year. He's got a constant motor, and he never stops.
And that makes him a perfect candidate. On top of that pass to be an impact day 1 type freshman at Florida State. You get a freshman to come in and knows how to guard and create chaos, that'll get you PT real quick. 18-8.
Cordoba there on the finish. Another just solid role player for Academy of Central Florida. Comes in, can make the 3, and defends. Great shot.
Tough shot there.
And Johnson Freeman, he is a tough shot maker. Kid can really score it.
Justin. Directing traffic.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's just trying to get them organized here, get the spacing right.
Good rhythm shot there that won't go. Battle for the rebound. It's loose. And Justin Roman with the hustle play, and they're going to keep possession too.
I'm just glad you don't see a travel called right there. Because really, we talked about that before. Why would it be a travel?
That's right.
His feet aren't established. He's just sliding on the floor. I mean, I'm not trying to challenge rules here. But at the same spot for Menzer as he hit his first one. Same result.
Tough spot to be in there.
But that's why Academy of Central Florida is who they are. They're going to take these chances. They're going to take these gambles as far as reaching and playing physical. It makes you think of old school Rick Pitino at Louisville. Like, it's that style of, we're going to make you call a foul. Because you're not going to call all of them.
That's right. What a quarter, though, already. 21 points scored by Academy Central Florida with 2 minutes to go.
Hey, that's good quick feet right there by Floyd. You see trainers a lot. They teach shooters to have quick feet, that quick 1-2 to get your balance.
Good strong take inside.
Now, that one was a little different. His feet were established, and both of his feet leave the floor. So that would be picking up your pivot, essentially.
Good find underneath and acrobatic finish at the rim right there.
Kenyon St. Louis, he really understands how to tempo his drive. Like, you saw him right there. You keep the defense off balance, and then, boom, quick pass right to the block for the assist.
Simon.
Great move.
God, yes.
Great move. Simon.
I love the fact that he didn't put it on the floor.
Yeah, Simon's been very efficient all year with his touches. Kid shoots over 50% from the floor, right around 60, actually.
And 70-plus from the line.
Close to 70 from the line.
Yeah.
We've told his story plenty of times on the grind session. You know, he's only been playing ball for 4 or 5 years.
He has an hilarious video of him attempting a free throw for the first time in his life.
And again, like a lot of international kids, started out playing soccer. I think when they saw 7-2.
His first free throw looked like somebody was pitching a softball when he went completely over the backboard. It's an hilarious video. He loves to share it, too. Kind of a look how far I've come type of moment.
Yep.
Great personality on that kid as well.
He's a kid that gets it. I promise you that. Probably got fouled right there.
Oh!
A tip for kids as well. If you ever are in a situation like that where somebody's diving it, get your feet off the floor. Let them take you to the floor. Don't get a foot stuck on the ground and let somebody fold into your leg. As Menzer did. He avoided that. I know it wasn't anything intentional, but, man, it's little freak stuff like that can happen that take guys out. Solid first quarter, as you mentioned, AJ. 9 of 17 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3. They haven't missed a free throw for Academy of Central Florida.
Very efficient offensively, creating chaos defensively is Academy of Central Florida. It's a very good Winston-Salem ball club. Good wall up again. Defense right on cue. Menzer with that block.
Menzer has incredible measurables.
Good extra pass. Fisher trying to gain control of it. Money. You talk about executing, that's some money right there.
You know, Coach talks about it a lot. For a left-hander, moving to your right there, that puts him right in line with his stroke. I'm telling you, that's a much more comfortable shot.
So 28-15 is our score. We'll send it over to Coach. What you got? What's your early thoughts here in this one?
Okay, and easy twos. And what I mean by that, if it's not a layup or a rhythm three where nobody is in the vicinity of them, then they got to back it out, and it's got to be an early ball screen because they've only got about 14 seconds to play with. So when they break it, it's got to be rhythm three, okay, I got to know where my feet are, okay, or easy two. Now, on the opposite end, Winston-Salem Christian Prep's got to get back. They're taking advantage of their defensive transition because Winston-Salem Christian Prep likes to get up in the backcourt, even off a miss or make, and pressure the basketball. The problem is Academy of Central Florida's got really good guards, so if they break that pressure in the backcourt off of miss or make, they got numbers from behind. So a couple adjustments just to look at going into this second quarter to see who's going to take advantage of it. Back to you guys.
Yeah, good stuff, Coach. Kind of what we were talking about is just no rhythm in the first quarter for Winston-Salem Christian. Just 6 of 18 from the floor, 3 of 7 from 3. But just nobody really able to get into a rhythm. Nicholas McLean with 6 points.
And they're doing that probably against one of the better defensive teams in our league.
Yep.
You know, so it's going to be tough assignment. No doubt about that.
Academy of Central Florida, on the other hand, 10 of 18 from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3. And Philippe Minzer already with 11 points. He's 3 of 4 from the field.
28-15 our score. Academy of Central Florida will have first possession to start this second quarter.
All 3 of Minzer's field goals are threes as well.
Martinez. Over to Fisher. Roman, extra pass, good rhythm shot. They just pick up where they left off. That's a 6-0 run from the end of the quarter to start.
And that's kind of like what Coach is talking about. You're not seeing a lot of rhythm threes other than the ones from McLean for Winston-Salem, as you saw there with Cordoba. And as we talked about earlier, he's that guy. He makes that corner three, and he defends.
There's another steal. Fisher gets that way, and the pass ahead. That won't go. Simon, guy on the follow. Way to run the floor, big fella.
And, you know, Simon got chewed a little bit in the first quarter, and you see a much greater motor and effort in the second quarter.
That nearly tipped away as well. It's a dangerous team, man. Dangerous team, Academy of Central Florida. Too strong there. Justin Roman with the rebound, and here comes the Golden Bulls.
And
They'll slow it down.
It's a perfect contest from Cordoba as well. How many times do we see guys foul on threes? A lot.
Fisher, the kick out. One more. Simon thought about it, thought better, and nearly throws it away, but they'll have 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Now this will stay with Central Florida. In the game for Winston Salem, number 2.
Right now, Coach Lowe just trying to find a lineup to get some rhythm here.
He better find it quick. 18-point game already. Martinez.
Good hands from Floyd.
Floyd on the receiving end too, and kind of gets tangled up there.
It's a great pass.
Floyd gonna have another crack at it. Play off 2 feet, son. There you go.
I love that from Coach Wilson right there. He's telling Cordoba before he gets the contact, high hands, high hands. Refs hear that. So that, you know, they understand the coach is coaching him. We're going to give him benefit of the doubt, and he did.
Woo. Good strong take by Justin Roman. He said, I'll show you how it's done.
That's the thing about Academy of Central Florida. They're probably as deep, maybe the deepest team we have as far as getting into their bench. They play 8, 9 guys deep, and they're all solid.
Good jumper there. Much needed.
Love that from Atumu. Haven't seen a whole lot of that this season, but this form looks good. I still like that from Simon, though. He gets fouled, clearly, but you saw there, reverse pivot, facing, see what's in front of him, rather than just keeping your back to the basket and looking to pass.
Quick duck in. Here's that hook. That's the next step, man. That's the money shot right there for Simon.
Beautiful execution. That was option 1.
Exactly.
Hard when you're playing from behind the post and you'll try to work to get in front. And, you know, we always talk it's a foot fight, not an arm fight in a post defense.
Very good point.
Elton being doubled here. Tough pass. A drive along the baseline. 3 to go on the shot clock. Again, that'd be a shot clock violation. That good defense from Academy. And Central Florida continues to shine bright here in this one.
Kind of gave Johnson Freeman a hot potato right there. Like it was nothing he could do. Forced him into a tough shot. They're trying to get Simon another touch. They like the matchup.
Great pass. What a pass.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? How about that execution right up against the shot clock?
I told you, man, he's got a little rondo to him as far as hitting guys in the spots that they like it. Men's are 4 or 5 now from 3.
He said Rondo. He's trying to remind us of the good old Kentucky days. You know, that's
he's forgetting. Coach Cal had some dudes too. Tyler Eulis is one of the best passers to ever play at University of Kentucky.
One of my favorites right there. We share a birthday actually.
There we go.
He's my favorite ever.
Martinez.
Then you need to start bringing him up then.
Yeah. How solid are these guys, though, AJ?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, top to bottom, Academy of Central Florida. That's why, you know.
Oh, watch this run out here.
Look at
no
the
numbers,
speed.
but he's going to make something happen.
Oh.
Fisher.
Well, and this is
Felipe Menzer reminds me of Dan Hudson, lefty that can shoot it with some size.
But I got to put some respect on that kid's name.
Listen, this is a great game though for Fisher. Like, it's his type of game. Like, there's not an overpowering guard that's putting pressure on him. Things like that.
It's being a travel violation here, and the wheels on the wagon are wobbly right now for Winston-Salem.
That's the only time that we've really seen Academy of Central Florida struggle this season, is when guys have been able to push them out of their offense. And I'm specifically thinking of Prolific, but I'm not sure about that matchup. But I'm just saying, that's the only time we've really seen them struggle, when you can push them out and really pressure their guards. If you can't pressure their guards, you're in big trouble.
Marte, tough pass there. Numbers for Winston-Salem. Fisher just gets enough of it where where Martinez can grab it. And
yeah, you got to complete that one. You got to have an accurate lob. In my opinion, that was just a bad lob. Didn't really set him up.
But weeks ago, guys, we were talking about Felipe Menzer, and he's still unsigned. I mean, he's got 14 points right now, 3 assists, 2 rebounds.
And one of these Division I coaches that's in the building right now needs to get out the checkbook.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's going to be signed. There, you know.
And here's another steal. Marte Barnes, the Seminole, on the run there, and couldn't get that lob to go, and there had to be.
May have been a foul, but in Bengay, that's one that he does have to finish.
And they still couldn't convert on this end. It's Winston-Salem.
I think Bengay's struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of pulled a calf or something he's dealing with here. Maybe cramping.
He kind of went down awkwardly.
Well, they're doing something with his shoes, so it's probably the ankle.
Yep. And he's getting some help from some of his teammates just to retie his shoe there.
Couple of stats for you guys. Winston-Salem Christian Prep has 8 turnovers already compared to only, 5 of Academy Central Florida, but I'm going to guarantee you points off turnovers right now. A lot of those are live ball, which means when that turnover happens, it's still in play, and they're taking full advantage of it right now. That's why this lead's built the way it has.
And the hot shooting, too.
I was going to say.
They're executing to a T offensively.
Winston-Salem just 7 of 25, and they're going up against 17 of 29.
So 44-17, all Academy of Central Florida here in this one. Justin Roman inside, easy 2. No resistance defensively here for Winston-Salem. They're on the scoring drive. I don't know what their point total was at the end of the quarter, but points coming to premium.
18-2. 18-2 in the quarter right now. And, you know, I was going to say Academy of Central Florida is just in total rhythm. Menzer's in total rhythm of the game. Their feel has been really good the entire way.
But right there, that's what Winston-Salem's got to do. They got to get post touches and try to steal some easy baskets to chop from this league. You know, there's 3 minutes left, and they're almost down 30. So, you know, the next 3 minutes they have got to win. So they've got to try to not just at least cut it in half, but, you know, get it within a mark of where, okay, when we come out of halftime, we got to win these first 4 minutes or first 3 minutes of the half so we can even have a chance at the end of the day.
Get it respectable.
Absolutely.
Well, they get the 3rd point of the quarter with less than 3 minutes to go here in the quarter. And both free throws good there. 46-19. Now, I see everybody with their shorts on. They must not realize winter's going to be here by Sunday night. God.
Watch it.
And it's still here for St. Louis. Keeps it himself, and that'll finish there. Much needed.
And that's a relief for Winston-Salem as well. When you can get a bucket in transition like that.
Yeah, you can't give that. You can't. That's just not getting back there. I don't know how.
They're just not. They're not defending, AJ. Because the thing is, they're giving up easy ones at the rim. Those are backbreakers. They're too easy. There's no stress.
They definitely got to sprint back against this Academy of Central Florida team. And we're going to reach in there, and free throws coming up. Freeman Johnson.
You know, there's a big difference when teams are making you earn and work for everything. That's stressful. That later on in the game, you're going to maybe miss some shots that you would have. Like, stress causes misses and mistakes. When you're getting things too easy, that's when you get blown out. And Academy of Central Florida just really, like you said earlier, no resistance at the rim right now.
Game for Central Florida is number 33, Guy, and number 8, John Arroyo.
14. Roman.
And look, I mean, again, this is too easy. I mean, I know they miss, but
they're getting everything they want.
Clean looks,
Yeah, they're getting every look they want here. Marte, inside, Simon, scanning the floor, and that'll be picked off by King in St. Louis. St. Louis.
Beautiful.
Doing what he can to try to keep his team competitive here in this one. That one won't go. Marte, transition three, yes.
And Marte was calling for it the entire way. And that's a good pass, pretty good timing there by Roman as well. Thought he may have been a little too late, but he got it to him in time.
Well short there. Almost kind of looked like a blown tire there, slipping out of his hand. 51-22, Justin Roman slashing down the lane, and again, defense non-existent here.
Roman is one of those guys that knows how to get fouls. You know, there's just guys that understand the art of getting fouled, and Roman is one of those guys. Throws his body around, can yell, can jerk, and make it look like he's fouled.
And he's been like the perfect midseason addition for them.
Yep.
Obviously, he's been with this program for multiple seasons, but he dealt with some injuries to where you almost forgot he was there. I know the team didn't, but when he came back, I was like, oh, I forgot about Justin Roman. He's really, really good. He was one of their better players last year. And one of the things that Coach Wilson has gotten these guys to do earlier than most teams, you mentioned earlier of guys being role players. No, they're great players that have bought into roles.
Yeah.
And they're dominating their roles. These are several guys that could go be stars elsewhere, but these guys have totally bought into this team concept Academy in Central Florida has going.
Well, think about it. Well, I'm sorry, Cullen, but think about it. Next year, they're going to be role players wherever they are. Even, even Marte, he's not going to come in and be the guy. There's very few people that do that. That's A.J. DeBanza or Darren Peterson, but, they know their role, so that's why they're going to have success no matter where they go, in my opinion.
Simon Guy high pointing that rebound there as Marte has it in transition, 51-22, and that'll be knocked out of bounds here with 43 seconds to go on the clock. Coming up at halftime, we'll hear from the coaches, get their thoughts here on the first half of play.
And I don't know if you guys seen it last night. How good did A.J. DeBanza look against Houston?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The entire tournament.
Yes.
He broke KD's record for the
How about
tournament.
this, though? He didn't get Player of the Year in the Big 12.
Right.
And it's going to be a turnover. Easy, too, this way. And what's crazy, he didn't get Player of the Year on the grind session last year either. That's how good the league was. That's insane when you kind of think about it, right?
Oh, no doubt. He's been phenomenal, though. I mean,
oh, no doubt.
I really do think, they're both generational talents, no doubt.
Oh, that's going to be a turnover. And they'll just inbound it. And they'll do it for the half, 51-24. And what a half here by Academy in Central Florida. They got off to a great start early. The defense led the way, and they've moved the ball offensively. It's been a great showing. Let's send it over to Richard. He's with Coach Wilson.
Get
his thoughts.
Hey, Coach, Felipe Menzer, man, I've been talking about him since the first time I've seen him. just plays at great pace, does his job. When he's shooting it well, I mean, that makes him that much more dangerous. And you're spreading the wealth right now. I mean, you have multiple guys that are close to double figures.
Yeah. We got 8 Division I players, and Felipe is the number 80 ranked player in the country for a reason. I have no idea why he doesn't have any high major offers. I think people are addicted to the transfer portal, but he's a 6'7" guard who's my best passer on the team. He's second in the league in steals, and he can shoot the 3. We run our offense through him. He does a great job, and he facilitates, and we have guys who can finish. So he's getting it to everybody, and he's making us look good.
Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck to you in the second half. Back to you guys at the grind session.
When somebody asks, what is the grind session? It's everything. It's why we get up. It's why we travel. It's why we work out when we don't want to. That's what the grind session is all about. And if you're a player that feel like you're at that high level, the grind is about you. We want to challenge every player, every coach to be the best that they could possibly be. That's why we grind.
Welcome to the grind session, the ultimate proving ground for tomorrow's stars. In a world where talent meets opportunity, the grind session stands as the first elite winter high school basketball scholastic league where the brightest young athletes, both boys and girls, showcase their skills against the best of the best. Here, we set the stage for rising stars to transform into household names, igniting dreams of NBA greatness.
Baker lands the loop. Behind it to Baker for a jam. Miles Bridges!
Oh, put the seatbelt on the end.
Oh, my goodness. Shady Sharp just detonated.
This area, Western Kentucky, is where it all started, the history of the grind section. Let's think about it. Over 2,000 players going Division I. At the start of this NBA season, we had 61 players who were alumni of the grind section on the NBA roster. A few #1 draft picks.
With the first pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero from Duke University.
And maybe we have the future #1 draft pick at 2026. If you don't know about the grind session, get to know us, because we're not going anywhere. We're here to stay. It's the grind.
The grind session was born from a vision by Dan Hudson and Scott Waldrop in Western Kentucky, who saw a void in high school basketball. They recognized the need for a platform where elite talent could compete, where 4- and 5-star athletes could challenge one another, and where undiscovered 3-star athletes could prove they belong. And so, the grind session was created, a groundbreaking platform that live streams games, allowing college and pro scouts to connect with elite high school players from anywhere in the world. No longer do scouts have to travel extensively. Now they can watch the future stars of basketball unfold right before their eyes.
Playing on the grind session is competitive. It's my first season playing on the grind session. Every game is a good game. It's talent. Every team got talent. So you just gotta, you gotta bring it every game.
Banchero fakes the 3, steps back and fires the 3. It's good.
The grind session is probably, one of the best tournaments and to have the best events in the country. The one thing I would say is the atmosphere, and the competitiveness. You can sense that out as soon as you walk in the gym. I just love that type of atmosphere. Anytime you can have that much talent in one gym, going against each other every night and competitive, is just remarkable.
With a collegiate-style travel schedule and the intensity of high-stakes competition, the grind session feels like a training camp for those who aspire to greatness. We are dedicated to thriving in the spotlight, but the journey to success is never easy for a young athlete. At the grind session, we're committed to guiding them through every challenge. From navigating the recruitment process to character development, we empower our athletes to safeguard their brand and manage their finances effectively. Our reach extends far beyond the court, capturing the attention of teams, leagues, fans, and agents across the globe.
The grind session is the best league in the country, and it's that for a couple of reasons. There's talent across the board. There's great coaches and historic programs. NBA players, the amount of McDonald's All-Americans that have come from this league is second to none. And then it's innovative, right? The rules, the game day experience, the places that we travel to play at, and just the mental and physical test for being in the grind session, right? It is a grind. The places that you travel to, the level of competition, the physicality on a day-to-day basis is a different level for this level of high school basketball.
The next game, and he certainly was there. Oh, Dillingham counted and put him on the line.
Finals MVP.
Murray, two-point shot. That's good. For Jamal Murray, what a shot! Put it up, step back, three-pointer. It's good. Jamal Murray from way downtown. Up above the rim with Joe. Look out! Obvious lead pass. D.A. the two-hand jab.
Our league is a mosaic of talent. From November to April, our teams travel across some of the world's most unique cities and countries, competing in over 400 action-packed games, fostering the next generation of basketball stars. With captivating stories and engaging posts, we connect with millions of followers, inspiring them with every dribble, every shot, every victory.
Session, toughest competition every night.
For the last 12 years, the grind session has opened doors and paved the way for countless athletes. We continue to evolve, bridging the gap in international high school basketball. And we're gearing up to kick off the 2025-26 season in Kingston, Jamaica, from October 31st to November 2nd, 2025.
Preseason talk, everybody loading up, everybody dogs. It's time to come out and play. Yeah, man, it's the grind session.
It is that time. It is World Championship time here. We got our first game of the day. It is the number 6 seed, the number 11 seed, Academy of Central Florida and Winston-Salem. It's been all Academy of Central Florida, as you can tell by the score, 51-24. What is it going to take for Winston-Salem to make this more competitive? Because it's win or go home.
I mean, really, you're just going to have to start getting some shots up. I mean, you want clean looks. You don't want to force shots. But you've got to get a tempo going in this game and get a rhythm offensively to see if you can get in your, typically their offense is put Kenyon St. Louis in ball screens and let him create. They've got to get that going now. I mean, you only got a half to go. In the first half, they struggled 9 of 32 from the field, just 3 of 13 from 3. And they're allowing Academy of Central Florida 20 of 33 from the field, 7 of 14 from 3. So a great percentage for Academy of Central Florida. Just looking through our sheet here, AJ, they did play earlier this season in Owensboro. Academy of Central Florida won that one 79-60. So maybe not the best sign for Winston-Salem. They've already been blown out once. But in this tournament, the 11 seed over the 6 seed, it's kind of late for this, but is the most common upset in the tournament, 11 over 6.
A 1-3-1 defense to open up the quarter there for Academy of Central Florida. They gave up a bucket to Winston-Salem. As they'll get another opportunity here, maybe get a little something started.
Now, if you're Academy of Central Florida, you got to continue to play your game. If you start giving up offensive rebounds and second chance points, that's how teams get back in games.
St. Louis. That won't go. And loose ball over to Minzer. First minute off the clock in this quarter, and we're going to get a timeout called here by Academy of Central Florida. And Coach Wilson seeing something he don't already like here. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. All right, let's talk about just what's on tap for the rest of today. We got a matchup between Fort Erie and I-School. Fort Erie, obviously, number 4 seed. I-School, the number 13 seed. They got an interesting backcourt. They got 2 dynamic guards back there.
Oh, yeah.
But Fort Erie, I mean, that's a very talented group.
Yeah, and they've been together for a while as well. You know, they've got that chemistry with their team. But, yeah, the high school, Keontae Graybear, one of the more, you know, they've got him ranked as a 3-star kid, averages right around 20 points a game in grind session play, 19.9 to be exact. So the kid can really score it, very talented. So, again, man, that's what makes this tournament so cool is that on any given night, teams can knock, you know, whoever off.
Here's Minster looking to go to work. Elton sitting down defensively. Martinez with a clean look that comes up short, and Elton with that rebound. Strong one, too. So we come back the other way. St. Louis. James showing off the footwork there, and again, the activity, those active hands. You talk about steals. How about the deflections? Yes. I mean, just imagine if we kept track of deflections for Academy of Central Florida throughout the season. That number would be extremely high as well.
And Minzer would probably lead the league in deflections with his length. He really understands how to use his length. You know, that's his strength, you know. And James is going to go at him one-on-one. That one goes out of bounds. AJ's going to step away for a minute.
But I like what Winston-Salem's doing in the second half, Cullen. They're trying to ugly it up and get into this lead a little bit, and that's what you got to do. You got to just chop away and make it 2 or 3 minute games. It's hard to get back in a game when you're letting a guy get going like that early.
Yeah, Barnes has been in a rhythm all game long. Kid can really score it. And once again, he's that type of player that never lets you take a break. Always moving without the basketball, very fast with the basketball in his hands. And he's going to shoot it.
Good pass, good set. Get the ball short corner, see? Just be patient and get a good look.
And they weren't getting those kind of looks in the first half, so that's a good sign there. Johnson Freeman with his second field goal. 5 points now for Johnson Freeman.
No, they were hunting low percentage shots, and when you do that against teams that like the pressure, that's why Prolific's so good is they make you get uncomfortable. And got to finish there.
Yeah, beautiful lob by Marte. And great timing on the lob. Just guy not able to flush it. Good extra pass that time from Minzer. Oh, and Simon goes down. Another offensive rebound, another second chance opportunity. Barnes with another triple.
He's shooting the ball really well today, Colin. This is the best I've seen him shoot it in a while.
His third 3 of the night. 13 points already for Marte Barnes. Johnson Freeman gives it right back to St. Louis. He skips it, and now Johnson Freeman, top of the key 3.
Great ball movement there.
Johnson Freeman is 6th in total threes on the year in grind session play. At 37 threes during the season.
And some good pressure there. It's going to be another turnover. Winston-Salem got a little something working here in this quarter.
And Johnson Freeman's giving him a little life here. Now 10 points for Johnson Freeman, most of them in this second half.
And Fisher at the rim with an easy 2.
And that's just an example of where speed wins the angle right there. Look at the length once again. He is such a crafty defender.
Oh, great run. Rim run there by Simon Guy, and good find there on the assist.
Simon understands that as well as anybody, too. You know, once big guys realize they can get easy buckets that way, it's addicting. And Simon has a great knowledge of that.
2 years ago, a year ago, Simon would have been uncomfortable in space like that. I know that sounds crazy.
Right.
But just that would have been a tough play for him. And Marte Barnes with another.
He's stuck on automatic, AJ. This is his type of game, man.
We talk about how hard the shot that is, Cullen, all the time. A transition pull-up 3, man. I mean, he is cooking right now.
And loose ball. Who wants it? And it'll stay with Academy of Central Florida?
I haven't looked, but I'm going to look right now. I bet Minzer's efficiency is ridiculous, and it is. Plus 23. He's doing a little bit of everything.
Listen, the only thing that's going to stop Marte Barnes is getting a breather right now because he just came out for a breather. That's about the only way. That's about the best defense that's going to be on him in this game.
He's shooting it very efficiently right now. 6 of 11 and 4 of 8 from 3. Great pass. That's just great passing, man. You know, it doesn't go in, but that's a great look. Great shot for Cordoba.
Kenyon, St. Louis.
And those are the ones you can't foul him, and they didn't. And that's, you know, and that's your result.
And Fisher.
That's your rewards of not fouling, if people get what I'm saying there. Otherwise, we'll be shooting free throws right now.
Is it crazy to think that Winston-Salem is playing much better in this quarter and the deficit has grown? That's how Academy in Central Florida, how well they're playing.
They are, man.
Well, Winston-Salem Christian Pratt was winning the quarter 9-2. And I believe it is a straight 12-0 run for Academy of Central Florida. So, I mean, dude, they are just firing on all cylinders right now.
And what was it? We had Academy in L.A., I believe, and that was the last event that we had them. And they
Against BV, and that was a heck of a game.
Yeah, it was. And they knew they had a couple weeks to rest up, and you can see
they look fresh.
They do look very fresh and energized. That's just great basketball again. Cordoba unable to make, but they're setting him up for great looks.
Machado picks up that foul. Sophomore from Brazil. Getting some patience here by Winston-Salem. Pull from 3, that comes up short.
Now here's another bonus with a Philippe Minzer. You can run him at point guard. He can be your 6'7" point guard, super crafty passer. Corner 3 is no good that time from Machado. Here's Thomas, he drives it and then throws it away.
Yeah, Garang's got to be dunkers there, you know, because right now he's the 5. They're kind of going small, and he's got to kind of know I got to be in that dunkers area. It'd have been an easy catch and 2 dunk with him, but just bad spacing.
And just to be honest, Coach, Winston-Salem just kind of feels defeated right now, and there's a turnover from Minzer.
Yeah, it was like they jumped out on them 9-2 in this third quarter, then kind of relaxed. And, you know, like we said, they did what we thought they needed to do. But, you know, you got to make it 3- and 4-minute wars. That's why we, you know, when I used to teach it, we would have 4-minute wars, Cullen, where, all right, we're going to have one, and then, all right, you're down this, but if we win these next 4 minutes, we're good.
Right. Pull-up jumper's no good from St. Louis. Now Minzer up ahead to Martinez. No good, but there's Cordoba with the follow, and he misses. Thomas all the way to the rim, but he's fouled at the high paint.
Foul is on number 20, Adrian Cordoba. It will be out of bounds to
1:43 to go here in this third quarter, 65-33.
Another near steal there from Marte Barnes. And that's the thing about this Academy of Central Florida team as well. If you get this Marte Barnes, then they're even that much more dangerous. And by that I mean, like I said, the way he's shooting it super efficiently, over 50% for the game. That is a very dangerous Academy of Central Florida team if Marte is that efficient.
Cullen, you hit it on the head. When he's making shots, oh my goodness, because they're going to make shots at every other position, usually at a high rate. But when he's making them at a high rate, whoo, it's like, who do you take away?
Right. And then he does this. He plays that passing lane as well as anybody.
And he'll earn a trip to the line with a chance to shoot two.
Setting him up for great looks.
Yeah, his anticipation is one of the best that I've seen. I mean, everybody's on the team is elite, but his anticipation in the passing lanes, I mean, you can't teach it. You either got it or you don't. I mean, you can drill it, and AJ knows where I'm going with this. You can drill it as much as you want, but until you get a kid to buy in that knows how to jump a passing lane, I mean, it's very hard to teach.
Up that foul.
Got a great feel. He's got that great feel that gives him that sixth sense about it.
More from Brazil.
We could get some feedback here.
Marte Barnes knocks that one down. Now the next game that Academy of Central Florida will be paying attention to, they're in the bottom right of this bracket, will be the BV Academy and Anthem game. They'll play the winner of that game if this game holds true to Academy of Central Florida taking care of business with a quarter plus to play.
Yeah, I don't think that's in question.
Yep. I was trying to be modest. I was trying to do the political correct thing there.
If I'm
and we got a charge there. We'll go back the other way. That charge is going to be on Machado.
I don't think that's in question.
Yeah. I was trying to be. And drag that pivot foot, looking for that back door there.
And it's been a tough night for St. Louis. And that's if you're Winston-Salem and you tell them that St. Louis is going to be 2 of 12 from the field, they're probably not going to like their chances. And it's just been one of those nights for him. I mean, he's a great player. It's just been one of those games.
A rare, easy 2. Good ball movement, man. The ball ain't touched the floor, Coach, till now.
It was almost picked off there. Oh. But, again, Marte, he's just in a rhythm. He's feeling it. I mean, there's no other way to describe it.
That boy hooping. Marte is hooping, man.
Well, and listen, man, they're coming off, they won their state, whatever it is, the league that they're in.
SIAA.
Yeah, exactly. There you
All right,
go.
we're going to send it over to Richard. Coach, what do you got?
I'm going to brag on my guy, Marte Barnes. He kind of looks like me back in the day. No, I'm just playing. What he does a great job at is he reads angles, okay? So when he was coming down in transition this last time, he's reading an angle, okay? He's first looking to his right to see if he can get to that elbow. But what he does a good job at, when he gets into his rhythm dribble, he pounds it and he gets to his shot in transition. We talk about how hard of a shot this is all the time. So when I'm coming down, I'm looking angle, boom, I'm pounding, and then I'm getting into my rhythm of my shot. But then also, secondly, another thing he does well, he doesn't 1-2 from the corner, okay? And what I mean by that, when you're catching it in the corner and trying to make a play, we always say 10 feet, 10 toes of the rim. So a lot of kids you see will step out of bounds in this line and not know their area. So what he's doing is catches it, and it's just one right into his shot. Most kids catch it and they go 1-2 and they come back to that second step, but they usually step out of bounds. What he does a great job is of getting 10 toes on the rim. As soon as he catches it, he's looking at the rim to make an attack because he can also put it on the floor. Marte Barnes, I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. He's going to be a big impact next year at Florida State. Back to you guys.
All right, great stuff there, Coach. And I'll tell you, one of the things, just to kind of piggyback off what Coach is saying, too, I always call it no negative steps. And then that'll help you just in general be explosive and get downhill, even if you're a kid that can't really win a foot race in a 40. But still getting that first step downhill and winning that battle, because that's what you're trying to get to, or winning the battle for that angle is key.
And Marte's already going to win that 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, you put the good technique with that type of talent, that type of burst. It's really lethal.
And a run-out opportunity here.
Good finish there from Ray. And another thing that I'll say about Marte Barnes, he gets, as Coach was kind of explaining as well, he gets to that shot pocket very quickly and very consistently. And he's going to trust that fundamental. He's going to trust his shot always, whether it's going in or not, because he's got great mechanics on his shot.
Shot clock down to
really
5.
Lethal.
Fisher looking to go to work. And a run out opportunity here. And Coach Wilson, he didn't like that from the get-go.
Good finish there.
As he wrapped up the last 3 seconds of that shot clock. That rattles in and out, and we're going to foul.
Barnes, he gets, as Coach was kind of explaining as well, he gets to that shot pocket very quickly and very consistently. And he's going to trust that fundamental. He's going to trust his shot always, whether.
Hey, in your replay of your call there, you did pretty good. Man. You sound great. 69-40. Marte thought about it. So quick.
That's Martinez's spot. He shoots it around 39% on the year.
How about the pace in which Marte plays with as well? How that's going to translate to the next level? I always call it the 0.5 thought process, where he's a quick decision maker. I think that's going to translate well as he gets to Florida State.
He's got that nonstop motor.
He's got an elite footwork, and what I was just talking about, like we was talking about, his 10 toes are always to the rim, but he's elite, man. To be an undersized guard, he does get a lot done. But coming into this game, I thought that they had to make it hard on Kenny St. Louis, and they have, guys. I mean,
yeah.
They have just bumped him. They've constantly just tried to make him think constantly, and he's 2 of 12 from the game, and that's a big part of it. I mean, Winston Salem has a lot of success when he's playing well, and the 3-headed monster. But yeah, I mean, tough to do that 2 of 12 from the field. But Josiah Johnson having a great game, only 4 of 8 with 10.
So it looked like Fisher would be all right. He took a little bit of a hard fall there, but he got up pretty quick.
May have landed on somebody's foot, limping a little bit. And as Coach just mentioned too, Johnson Freeman with 10, but he's their leading scorer with 10. I mean, it's late in the 4th quarter, and nobody else has more than 6. So it's just been a struggle. 16 of 50 from the field as a team for Winston-Salem.
And it'll be out of bounds to Winston-Salem.
I think if anybody kept up with the grind session all season, AJ, I think Academy of Central Florida would be a popular pick.
Yeah.
As far as whatever, a sleeper to get to the championship or whatever it may be, but just as a solid team that has a chance to win it.
Tough pass. It gets there somehow to Marte. Another buck. Where's he up to? I haven't got a point total for Marte yet.
26.
26, wow.
His 6'3". Or correction, I'm giving him a 3. He's got 23 with his 5th 3.
Around for 3.
72-44. Back door, Marte says, I'll kick this out to a teammate. Share the love.
Oh, what a finish. What a finish from the big guy.
Tommy Guy going to Northwestern next year.
Difficult angle. I don't care how tall you are. Under the backboard like that was tough.
He's gotten better too, guys. I mean, from the very first time I lay eyes on him in early January, I mean, he's another kid that just keeps getting better. They just do a good job all around, Academy of Central Florida, coaching-wise and development.
Well, and with a guy like Simon, don't turn an ankle there. with a guy like Simon, that's part of what allows all the guards to be so aggressive on the wings and gamble and take chances on steals and things like that.
Absolutely. When I got a footer back there,
exactly.
Absolutely. Let's send you right to him. And he's got great timing.
St. Louis at the point here for the Lions. He'll let one fly, and long shot, long rebound here. Loose ball, Menzer.
That dude, you know, Menzer, it's
great pass, man. How about that maturity?
Well, and you see Menzer a lot too. He is a left-handed kid, but he obviously makes a lot of passes with that left hand, which is different. Throws guys off, very accurate. But I mean, again, how many deflections does he get? It's like he's got sticky hands, man. You know, that ball just sticks to him, and he's like a ball finder as well. It's just, you know, Academy of Central Florida has just been in complete control. It's felt like since the tip. I mean, it's just been that kind of game. Kind of validates how we felt about them as well. You know, I mean, we talked about this in our show the other night, the selection, you know, bracket show, whatever it was. I'm not trying to use any trademarks here, so I'm staying away. But I mean, you know, as one of our sleepers anyway, as far as just one of the most consistent teams on the grind this season. What about Dan on the news last night?
I know, right?
My gosh,
he didn't even break a lens.
That's like my nightmare right there.
FCC didn't call or nothing.
Foul is on number 11, Menzer. At the line for 2 is Tumo.
Oh, man.
Thank goodness, though, for streaming services with all the good college basketball games on today and tomorrow. Ooh.
Hey, listen, thank goodness for Rouge to put some makeup on Dan, man. That would have been a scary sight, I'm telling you.
They put makeup on him?
Oh, they had to. They would have broke the lens.
Exactly.
People probably calling in saying, hey, I remember that guy from a mugshot 25 years ago.
79, 49. Hey, this is –
just kidding, Dan.
Yeah, we get into our page 8 material here.
Yeah.
Well, I know Winston Salem. I know Coach Lowe. He'll go into this offseason with a chip on his shoulder. He will develop. He will retool. He will reload for next season.
Well, he's got a great start
with
St. Louis, with Johnson Freeman, Garang. I mean, he's got some guys, if they stick around, a good foundation. It always starts with a point guard. And at this level, obviously, you got to get size. Nice left. Nice adjustment in the air there. Garang, you know, the kid's just a sophomore. I really think he's going to be really good. Now let me go back and correct myself as well.
Yeah.
Earlier I said Marte's 6'3" and 26 points. That was correct. It just hadn't updated yet. I thought I'm usually quicker than it updates, but I did have it right earlier. So now I took away 3 points from him, now I give it back. But spectacular game though. 9 of 15 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3. So I mean, again, if Marte plays like that, now obviously that's kind of a ceiling type performance as far as efficiency, but it just shows you what they're capable of.
And Simon to get fouled. He'll head to the line.
And if
Simon, a chance to shoot 2.
And another one. It's all the time, you know. When you go back and look at numbers, it's little things that you find. And Simon Guy, if Simon Guy goes for 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting, you got to, you know, that's a great efficient game, and you've got a chance to win that game. Everybody doing their part, kind of like what they've done all year long. And we talked about this with Simon earlier, too. He makes free throws. Now, I probably jinx him here, but yeah.
Narrowly stolen away. 1:45 to go here in this ball game. And that'll be not out of bounds. And that rattles in. Machado getting on the scoreboard. Again, Academy of Central Florida will advance in this tournament.
And let's give people, so here's how you can explain efficiency, right?
Yeah.
2 guys, these are going to be 2 guys with the same efficiency, 29, okay? So here's how this works. Marte Barnes, 26 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, couple steals. Also 20 plus 29 efficiency.
What a pass.
Is Philippe Minzer with 14 points, but he's got 9 assists and he's got 9 rebounds. So that just shows you how they impact the game in different ways. One's got 26, one's got 14, but they've got the same efficiency.
Album number 0, Shirley.
So 2 shots coming up here for Academy in Central Florida. About a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock here. And, man, what a wonderful performance from start to end here for Academy of Central Florida. And we'll have one more possession for Winston-Salem.
Shot clock violation. Turnover to Winston-Salem.
Academy of Central Florida ends up shooting 51% for the game. So really, really impressive showing.
.88-51 is our final. We're gonna have an interview with the player of the game coming up here in just a little bit. They'll move on and bracket the Academy of Central Florida, the 6th seed. Winning in convincing fashion here. Their next opponent will be the winner of BV Academy and Anthem Prep. Anthem Prep out of Utah, BV Academy out of Arizona. So that game is at 3:15. Our next matchup is going to be Fort Erie and iSchool, the number 4 and number 13 seed here in this one. Again, tournament play off and running. Grind Session World Championship, no doubt about that. We got the Florida State Seminole, who was balling all day here in this one, as our player of the game. We're going to send things over to Richard. He's with our player of the game. Coach, talk to us.
All right, we had two guys that was plus 29 efficiency. It was my guy Marte Barnes and then Felipe Menzer.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So it was tough to pick between the two, but this is what I love about this team, okay? Look at it. He told Felipe to come over here, so this is why this guy's going to be successful at the next level. I keep on giving you compliments just to let you know. How you feeling, though, after that performance?
Feel good. We came out here. Coach told us we got to come out here and do what we do. We trying to look for a championship. That's what we came out here to do.
And I'm going to say this. You guys are playing with a chip on your shoulder, and I get that. A lot of people are not talking about you. I talked about you. Just so you know, I gave y'all some love in the pregame show. But what I'm getting at is you guys are kind of playing with a chip on your shoulder a little bit. Is that the mindset going into this tournament?
Yes, sir, for sure. We always, get underlooked. So, we just come here with a chip on the shoulder and come out here and execute, do what we got to do, and come to win the game.
I love watching you guys play. Nothing but good luck to you guys. And if you guys need a good bite to eat, let me know. I got you, all right? I know I got some good spots.
Hey, hold on. Hey, shout out Coach B. Yeah! Coach B, we love you, my boy. Man. Yes, sir.
Back to you guys at the grind session. That's what it's all about right there.